page.
You have been of the attitude that you just are not putting up with it anymore.
No, some guys just started ripping the team from Texas. That has
which team specifically?
I
know Iowa, but man, you know what?
But I mean,
ripping them for winning the first round of the NITs.
Yeah, just ripping them and
fire Fran. Yes,
just if they're trolls, okay. You're from here. You listen to the station. You're involved in what's going on. Fine. If you've never lived here, I check. If you never lived here, you live someplace else. You don't listen to the station. What do we need them on our page for?
Well, some people, they just like to get a rise out of people.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, so I just bounce them.
Attaboy.
I think we have more bounced.
We have more bounce than most people have followers.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
It is 28 after 8 o'clock. It's our beloved segment, Library Corner.
Yes, and Sam Helmick is here, and we just are, as always, delighted to see you. She's the most busy. She's the busiest person I've ever met. You're running for, is it state library?
National, ALA.
National.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was past president
American
of
Library
Iowa.
Association president. So she's running for that. She's at the library doing stuff all the time. She's traveling. She's, engaging. She's disengaging. But it's just like you lead a really full life, and I'm very proud of you for that. Even though I don't feel like you're like a kid or anything of mine, but I am proud. It's just really neat to follow you and see somebody really just really out there giving it everything they got.
Yeah, you think you're better than us.
Yeah.
I was going to say I surround myself by inspiring people, but maybe I start bouncing trolls myself. I don't know. It's so great to see you both today.
Well, it's a mutual complimentary society here. Now, so what's happening at the library? Is it like Banned Books Week coming up, or?
Great question. Banned Books Week typically takes shape in the fall, but we just had the American Library Association's report that book challenges have increased again this year. 11% in schools, 92% in public libraries, and the Annie's Foundation are going to come rock up on the Iowa City Ped Mall with us this Saturday to celebrate books that have been challenged and give them away for free. I'm going to even roll the bookmobile right up there on the the Ped Mall. So come get a library card, come do a censorship craft, get some free books, and learn about ways that you can advocate for free people reading freely. It's Saturday, noon to 2.
To be honest, I can kind of see, some of the ideas of some of the books in the schools may need to be not censored, but this is for these. They should be in age appropriate sections, let's say. Mm-hmm. But the public library, I mean. You're telling people that, have lived a long life that they can't read whatever they want? It's just ridiculous.
Well, and that's why I appreciate this input, because I'm here to defend the process so that communities can make those choices in their school and public libraries. I'm here to uphold those processes, because it's your library, and you trust me to steward it and keep it going.
Well, and I think, when you mentioned that maybe the school, I think the schools, for the most part, do that. They're not putting books in. Fourth graders are not reading what high schoolers are reading.
I think what we really miss in school libraries is when they're understaffed. It's a travesty because the correlation between excellent grades and a robustly staffed school library are clear, and they've been clear for like 25 years.
Well, this is an attack. This banning of books and the schools. This is an attack on education. This is, again, if you go to the Heritage Foundation or read any of their crap or the Bannon stuff, you will find that what they want to lead to is a rich, upper class, and then the worker bees. And that's what they want to enact.
Without leveraging an opinion, but maybe nodding a little heavily, that's why libraries are so important, because they're excellent equalizers. They're incubators of access and opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Just throwing this out here, Sam, and maybe this may be a plank that you can use as you finish up your campaign.
Yeah.
put together a room in all the public libraries, much like the adult section in the old video stores. Oh. So you've got, it just says banned books, and then you've got people wearing long overcoats and hats and sunglasses going in there because they don't want other people to see that they're reading banned books.
That reminds me, I visited the Knoxville Public Library, and one of their meeting rooms is called the First Amendment Room, and walking in was like entering a museum.
Oh, that's
fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
But, it's funny because people that are curious, they tend to gravitate towards stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, you shouldn't read this. Well, why don't you think I should read this? I need to read this and find out why you don't think I should read this.
I think it's a crisis of imagination sometimes, too, because libraries have a book for every person and a person for every book. And if you don't deep dive and use your library and put your fingerprints into the process, you're missing out on a lot of fun things.
Yeah, and there are sections in there that I wouldn't go near because it just doesn't interest me or it's above my pay grade or whatever. And that's the neat thing about the library. That they don't put you in on a conveyor and say you must look at all these sections before you check out a book. You go where you want to go.
True. I've never checked out an exercise book in my life, so I got you. I agree with you there. And I'm going to keep it up because I've got 37 years, never checked one out.
Good for you.
Seriously, you're 37?
Yeah.
God, that surprises me. I thought you were very seriously in your 20s.
Right. Well, it's the immaturity, I think.
Well,
no, it's the energy.
Then I'd end up 17. So
yeah, there's a difference between maturity and energy.
But I love it because then they let me sneak into the kids' programs, the solar eclipse program that's coming up. They're not age gating it at all, so I've got myself some glasses and I'm ready to hang out.
I was at Hy-Vee the other day and they've got a display. Mm-hmm. And you have the eclipse and what day, and they're selling the glasses, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
you don't normally see that.
We're dispensing 1,000 free ones before the event, and then
really?
at the event, when is that? That's April 8th. We're going to be out on the Ped Mall. The University of Iowa and the astronomy department are letting us borrow some of their telescopes,
cool.
And they're going to hand out 1,000 more. So,
neat.
Yeah, and I get to go even though I'm 37. It's great. Absolutely love it. They have at least 2 or 3 programs every single day in the children's department at the Iowa City Public Library, but what's even more important is that they're full. It's incredible.
Well, yeah. Talk about a robust library. The Iowa City Public Library definitely is like that. It's always a hubbub of activity, whether it's just people sitting around and browsing and reading books, or on the computers, or as you said in the meeting rooms, exchanging ideas or having fun or what have you.
They're exchanging plants on the 13th. We do an annual house plant swap. Now this one isn't for me because I'm not domesticated. I cannot take care of house plants. But we have an incredible house plant and agricultural faction here in the community. Mm-hmm. And so folks will have little starts and they don't know what to do with them because they have an entire room dedicated to house plants. And so they'll come in and swap them. And so if you're interested in that and becoming a house plant parent, or you would like to swap out some plant children, you should join us at the library on April 13th in the meeting rooms starting at 11:30.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got that. I mean, we have basically a bar dedicated to plants.
Oh yeah, the greenhouse. Yeah,
that's right. It's right downtown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, we do.
And it's been successful.
It's wonderful. I make Lego flowers, but I can keep those alive much easier. Don't have to water those as often.
Dust them once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Got to watch it when you step on them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the most painful flower of all. Yeah.
You think roses have thorns.
So I'm really jazzed about the fact that as the season comes into spring, we're doing things, whether it's astronomy-wise or Earth-wise, that sort of reflect where we're at and who we are and what we value. Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah, and then our Friends Foundation, our development office, is always just plugging away with that bookstore upstairs on the second floor, but then they also have Virginia Soulsmith coming on the 18th. And I learned about Virginia because of this cool event. She just wrote a book called Fat Talk: Parenting in an Age of Diet Culture and the War on Child Obesity. And so I'm really looking forward to tearing a parental take on this because, again, this is not something I would have naturally explored. I'm not a parent. I'm not really connected to diet culture, but this will be something that is completely outside of my experience.
The thing with the dieting now, and
Yeah.
Oprah's on a tour now where
Oh.
she's lost weight again. I mean, but how many tours can you go on? It becomes a never-ending cycle, and now they're using drugs like Ozempic
Oh, okay.
to lose weight, except those are pretty expensive. And you know,
it's cost prohibitive to the majority of Americans.
and it doesn't really change your habits. You're just
no, it's
taking-
not supposed to. It just makes you less hungry.
Oh, I see. So I'm really fascinated by this because healthy ways, open ways, less shame-induced ways, economic ways to address this at an early age, so you're kind of teaching them in the way they should go, would be helpful. I private school, but I had like a lot of like health classes that talked about the food pyramid, but now the food pyramid has exploded.
Right.
Mine is now mostly Cheetos and donuts. It's really great. Yeah.
Well, when I played high school football for a year, when we were sweating profusely, the coaches would give us salt tablets because we want to replace the salt that we sweat out. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
The electrolytes and all that. Okay. Imagining something like a miniature salt lick. That's what
That's exactly right. And now, salt is bad, and
Right.
so we all learn as we go along. And like you said, the food pyramid, personally, yes, you said that, but they've determined that it should be it's a little different than it was when we were growing up.
Okay, yeah.
It's, more heavy on fruits and vegetables than it is on meats and so forth. But
You're just supposed to eat Wonder Bread.
yeah, that's right. Helps build strong bodies 12 ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Put some mayo on it.
Oh boy, I didn't know I was going to come and get hungry. This is great. Gonna get a side of salt tablets and some Wonder Bread on my way back to work. Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, I appreciate this corner because it lets me share some of the great ways that you can connect with us and learn with us through programming, but then always checking out search.icpl.org as a way to engage with the collection and ask me to put it on the bookmobile for holds or downtown for holds for you, and you just swing by and pick up your weekend reads. There's still time, friends. It's only Thursday.
And you can also go online and watch it on your Kindle or your
Canopy, Hoopla,
Yeah.
Libby, good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, good stuff. There's a lot of hoopla about hoopla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a pleasure to see you, and the library is a great source of joy and education and knowledge, whether you're doing it online or in person. And I'm very neglectful as to coming in and looking, but I need to do that.
When I have time and I want just to clear my head,
Yeah.
you got a great department with periodicals.
Isn't that
And
incredible?
I love that. I use the Iowa City Public Library for that and the university.
Nice.
Because, when you read those magazines and the newspapers, I mean, that is, it's to me, it's in real time. In a book, you've thought it over, you're discussing it, but those periodicals, that's what happened then.
It's like the hand on the pulse, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's my favorite. My favorite book was a gift that I got.
I thought it was the one you stole from me and held for a year.
I was going to ask what was going on with that. Now that's
Actually,
progressing. Or
this year,
regressing.
returned this week.
Ooh, that's hilarious because my book is overdue. I knew you all were going to bring this up, so I wanted to kind of add fuel to this fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Steve. I shouldn't have done that. Thank you.
You're lucky you got it back.
I know.
That table is wobbling. But it's a New York Times. It's and a collection of all their front pages.
Oh, that's very cool.
And it is just
Right? Snapshot of history that you
Yeah.
can just float through for a while.
Yeah.
That's incredible. We love whatever you love about your library because I feel like the beating heart of whether it's the university or the Iowa City Public Library is the staff. And so when you come and sit and read periodicals, when you order pizza and play cards in the meeting rooms, when you come in and ask for help, we love it.
Yep, cool. And it's icpl.org if you want to check out the website. And it gives the hours of the bookmobile, and all kinds of neat
all these
stuff.
great events.
Yep.
Thank you both.
If you notice his head, he didn't need to wear a helmet when he was playing football.
No, it was so big. Like, boy, putting that on and off was not a fun task. I will tell you that.
Oh, well, I'm doing some examination with artificial intelligence, so this might just be for hats going forward. I have no idea. But it's great to see you both, and I hope to see you at the library, and I'll see you again next month.
Thank you.
All right.
Mighty 1630 KCJJ.
84 years of preparation, the wait is over. The Oxyokin's brand new book, Our Recipes, Our Story, is on sale now. 90 pages in full color, 67 recipes, and our unique history for only $24.99. Get yours while they last at the Oxyokin. Available soon by mail order along with our current serving hours at oxyokin.com.
The Oxyokin.
Oxyokin, in the heart of a man.
Iowa City's local radio station. Iowa City's 1630 KCJJ.
Fish Fridays are back at the Bread Garden Market. Everyone's favorite Reunion Ale battered cod sandwich is on the kiosk and ready to be caught. Pop in, order online, or have the fish and chips delivered to your door. Is Friday too far away? Visit the Market Fresh Deli and grab some salmon